So as always, I always do my brows off camera, and I also did me priming my eyelids off camera, so that way we can go ahead and get into the eyeshadows. So first we're going to be taking like a mustardy yellow kind of yellow shade and we're going to use that as our transition color, and this is really only for the purpose of making sure that the greens blend seamlessly, because sometimes I find that like greens are really hard to blend. And then next we're going to take a slightly yellow undertone green, and we're going to start putting that in the crease as well. I would say the key to this look is to really layer your greens, know what types of greens you're using, and layer them well, because again, I find green such a difficult color to work with. Then I'm going to take a like truer green, almost closer to a, I don't want to say a forest green, but it's a bit more of a truer green, doesn't really have much of an undertone to it. And I'm going to be taking the side of my brush, and I'm going to start to create that halo eye by patting and blending the eyeshadow into place, moving it up into the crease, taking my time. And then I'm going to take this deep forest green shade just to further deepen up the area and to add some more dimension and darken up the color. Again, taking my time with blending. Now I'm taking a muted satin shimmer shade of green, and I'm just using my finger to apply that on the center of my lids. I didn't want it to be too stark and different in color from the matte greens that I use, so I thought this was the perfect shade for that. And then to do the graphic eyeliner, which I kid you not probably took me 15 minutes to do. First I start off with a white base, so I'm making sure to draw out my winged liner, just getting it exactly how I want to get it, and then I go in with the yellow on top of it. And I do this because I don't like I feel like with the yellow you have to apply so many coats of it, so the white just kind of just gives it a brighter background, so that way I don't have to do so many layers. And then I'm just going to be drawing a line and sort of outlining the shape of my eyeball, starting from the inner corner and then ending halfway into my crease. And then I am doing the same thing again, taking that yellow liner and applying it right on top. And then after this, I go ahead and apply the other eye and some lashes, different lashes. They'll be in the description box below. And then we can move on to the rest of the face. So for primer, I'm going to be taking this like primer serum and putting it all over my face and rubbing it in with my hands. Next, I take this Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer just for a little bit more security on my oilier areas, my T-zone, more specifically in like the tops of my cheeks, and again, just rubbing that in with my hands. And then for foundation, I'm just going to be applying my foundation with the beauty sponge. Really nothing different here. I'm just dotting it all over my face first, and then applying it with this, then blending it out with the sponge, actually I should say. Really nothing different here. I pretty much do the same thing for foundation all the time. Now for concealer, I'm actually taking the same concealer that I used to prime my eyelids, and I'm just going to be applying it underneath my eyes, on my chin, my cupid's bow, down the bridge of my nose, and on my forehead. And again, we'll be blending that out with my sponge. Now for setting powders, I'm actually going to be taking two loose setting powders, one lighter and one darker, and I'm taking the lighter shade and setting underneath my eyes and pretty much anywhere else that I applied that concealer. And then for the darker shade, I'm going to be taking the other end of the sponge and then using that to set the rest of my face. Now onto blush, bronzer, and highlighter. I'm just going to be bronzing up my face to give me more of a warm glow, nothing harsh like contouring, especially since this really is kind of like a school comeback concept. So I'm just bronzing my skin instead of contouring. And then I'm going to be applying the blush on the apples of my cheeks as I do regularly and blending it to my cheekbones. But then I'm also going to be applying it like on my nose and like basically on the center of my face, like an Edon, or should I say Dawn moment from Shine Pentagon Days. Then I'm going to be taking that like second darkest green I used and using that for underneath my eyes, and then I am taking that gold shade, applying that on my inner corners for some highlight, and then applying mascara. Then after that, I just applied a gold highlighter. I don't know why I did this all out of order, but you know what? It is what it is. Now for a bit more fun in the look. You don't have to do this, but I wanted to do this since this was kind of like what I was also basing my look off of. I'm applying a band-aid right on top of my nose, and then I'm going to be taking a pink eyeliner, honestly because my black one had dried out, but you can use any type of liner, and I am drawing thanks on the band-aid, and this is inspired from Wooyoung and their thanks like stage. Unfortunately, thanks wasn't the title song, but this was from like their comeback stage of their like online concert, so I just wanted to throw that in there. And then now on to lips. I'm going to be lining my lips with a brown lip liner first, nothing extravagant, just lining my lips with a brown lip liner to prepare for the nude lipstick, and then I'm applying a nude lipstick right on top and blending it in with my lips, and then applying a nude gloss right over top of that. And all that's left is to bathe yourself in some setting spray, and this look is finished, and I hope you all have enjoyed.